Is this, am I correct here? I know I was sort of having fun here a little bit with the opening, but are we so confused about the economy? And if so, why are we so confused? Are we so fearful as a country, as a world? And are those fears well founded? How can the discipline of economics give us some rational understanding and hope?
Well, unfortunately, for the past, I would say at least 4 decades, economists have actually been trying to do the opposite. They've been trying to mislead people. Um, they have created an entire discipline that has almost nothing to do whatsoever with the real world. And the consequences are that people are confused, and what they think they know is almost entirely wrong.
So you are really agreeing with my opening statement there. Now, for the last 4 decades, how did this get started? Why is this occurring, and how can we begin to turn this around here so people do have some understanding and some real understanding of what is going on in that real world out there? What does that mean, that real world? What is, in fact, the economy?
Well, I think that it really boils down to a reaction against New Deal economics that came in with Roosevelt, which was largely based somewhat after the fact on Keynesian economics, the economics of John Maynard Keynes, and other great economists of the past. So, beginning in the late 60s, there was a reaction against this, and it just sort of built strength until it completely took over the discipline, oh, by the time of Jimmy Carter. And so, most of economics has become, I would say, little more than apologetics for what serves the interests of the top 1% or top tenth of 1%. And so that basically is what the discipline has become. And it's hidden behind mathematics and simplistic modeling. I mean, simplistic in the sense that the economy that it is describing is completely imaginary and extremely simple. The mathematics is very complex, which is very useful for hiding what they're doing.
Interesting, interesting. So then what you're talking about is an obfuscation of a reality that, of course, most people are really living through. Their fears are well founded. And in a sense, the confusion is necessary so that the rich and the super rich can continue their control and domination. Is that part of what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So this sort of the worship of this metaphor, the free market, the invisible hand.
Tell us what that means. Where did those references come from?
Well, it's attributed to Adam Smith,
Okay.
who is called the father of economics.
Okay.
There were economists before Smith, but Smith, in his Wealth of Nations, 1776, tried to sort of lay out the discipline. Now, I say it's attributed to him. It's very doubtful he had anything like what is attributed to him in mind. He, as far as I know, only used the term the invisible hand twice. And it could have been interpreted as the invisible hand of God, not the market. So,
Really? Huh.
but it is attributed to him, and everyone gives credit to him for coming up with this term. And Smith did say good things about the market. I don't want to mislead anyone. But this idea that the market forces are all good, that they are always pushing us toward equilibrium, toward the maximum happiness for everybody, has become absolutely dominant in economics. But outside of economics, you hear virtually all policymakers singing odes to the market all the time, treating it as if it's, almost human. The market wants this, the market doesn't want that, and so on.
Godlike
Yeah,
properties,
yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
right. And beyond that, a great fear that if we were to do anything that might, say, benefit working people, raise the minimum wage $15 an hour, oh, no, no, we can't do that because the market won't like it. The market is an extremely fragile thing. It could destroy the market by raising the wage to $15 an hour, or virtually any other policy that you can think of that might benefit anyone other than the top 1% is pretty much dismissed out of hand because the market won't like it. And the market is very fragile, which, if you think about it, if that were true, let's say that the market were that fragile and that capitalism was such a phenomenally weak system that it couldn't withstand some regulation and some interventions that might help the vast majority of people, it's a system we wouldn't want. It's a system that wouldn't survive. It's a system that would be very easy to get rid of. But in reality, it's a very robust system. It's a very difficult system to get rid of, as the Soviet Union discovered, as Communist China discovered. And now, I'm not praising capitalism or anything like that. I'm just saying that if what everyone feared were true, it should have been very easy to get rid of capitalism, to put it down and completely destroy it. But that was not done. It didn't happen. It seems to me that the capitalist system is extremely strong.